Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Any man can improve his appearance. Any man can do this. Look, one thing I'm gonna do this week, I'm gonna talk about just basic points of game, basic points, because women really ain't that complicated. And it's really not that complicated to get women. And most of it is in a man's control. Most of it. Yeah, women still have their choice and everything, and they still have their preferences. But a man can, any man can work on himself to get the attention. And that's one thing I'm gonna talk about this week. Now, the first main thing is a man's appearance. Now, unfortunately, you got some guys thinking they gotta look like some square-jawed fashion model and be a certain height and everything. And yes, you do have some women who will be like, yeah, he gotta be 6'2", he gotta be all that. Okay, that's some women online, and yeah, and that could be in the real world. But then if you go out, as I always say, you take your ass out. You go to the mall, shopping centers, wherever. You will see women with guys who are not 6'2". But it's all about appearance in general. Yeah, there's still some stuff there. There's still class and all of that. But some general things any man can do for appearance. Let's start with the face, since so many guys think it's just the face. Okay. Are you washing your face? Are you having it clear? You know what? The other day, I presented something on IG. And looking generally the way I am now and stuff. Had a suit jacket on and a tie. And it was just something. I ain't gonna get into why I had that on. But I actually had a gentleman say, oh, what kind of filter you using? I'm not using a filter. Just good skin. Good skin and shea butter. It's like, come on. Look, I wash my face. It's really that simple. It is really that simple. You know, you start with the basics. Wash yourself up. And I'm dead serious too. I am dead serious. That's why you get some men they call dusty, because they just don't look clean. Clean yourself up. And then let the barber bless you. Find out what look. The thing is, you can figure that out in a few months. You have one haircut, women ain't paying attention to you. You change up, women paying attention to you. You wear the one, you figure out which one. You say, okay, this woman looking. Like I joke with the barbers and stuff. I'm like, hey, y'all responsible for the birth of more babies. In fact, I had a lady friend who hits me up privately on IG. She sent me a video, like a quick clip of somebody, and you know, he had a beard, hair, you know, patchy. After the barber got through, the dude looked 10 years younger. You can fix your hair, and that's just basic right there. You can fix your teeth. It don't cost that much. A few thousand to get your teeth right. A few thousand. Right? Get your teeth right. Women be looking at teeth. You know, brush them twice a day and everything. Then I'm known for talking about body game. And you don't have to be some fitness model or something. Just be generally fit. Even if you're a big man, you got a little bit of gut, as long as it's not out of control for most women. I always talk about that young lady who talk about she like a clinically obese guy. But most women ain't down for that. As long as you got a good shape, as long as just like, you know what, hit the gym, as long as you got a good shape. Yeah, you might not be able to compete in some bodybuilding contest or some fitness model contest, but as long as you're in decent shape, a woman got to look at you and want to see you naked. And then a bigger aspect of the body game is you need your clothes to look good on you. I don't care who you are. You can buy decent looking clothes. You can buy something that fits you. And I have to emphasize the word fits you. Don't wear a certain type of clothes because somebody else wore it, or some guy you think is getting all the women reward. Okay, that's good for him. You got to find what your style is, what your appearance is. You got to think individually on that. You have to think, oh, okay, what can I do to make myself look good? And the beauty of it is, as soon as you step out the door, if a woman is looking, if you got some women looking, fine. Like, every now and then I get some guys saying, well, women ain't checking me out. Women ain't checking me out. All they got to do is your appearance. Like it said, women, they make a decision in 3 seconds. All they got is your appearance. You might have a great personality or something, but that opens the door. Because they looking at you from head to toe. And I'm famous for saying about shoes. Make sure your shoes are right. But a man can control all of that. Only thing you can't control is basic bone structure with your face. And even that, depending on the body game, you can at least get that down to its optimal. You can get that down to its optimal. And even then, if you can't control that, you got it to where you can get it. You can like still be blessed by the barber. You can still wear a certain type of clothes. Have the right jewelry, because women looking at all of that. You got control over that. Any man can do it. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. You can do it. But you have to want to do it, because women checking that out. And you could call them like shallow or whatever, but think about it like this. Think about you have a real beautiful woman. As I've always said, and I've said this several times, especially during car videos. I'm saying this during a sit-down video. So, you understand the nature of it, how important it is. If you have a beautiful woman, she has several men who are trying to get with her, who trying to talk with her. Yeah. All she has to do, she does not have time. She does not have time to talk with every one of them. She doesn't have time. She's going to go on a look. You need to make sure your look is right. Coming up, when I learned the game from older players, the first thing they were was make sure, you got to be clean. Make sure your clothes are right. Make sure your appearance is right. Any man can improve that. Any man. There's no excuses for that. That's one thing you have control over. And don't worry about your face. Your face is your face, because women like different faces. Don't worry about your height. Yeah, that seemed to be a big thing with many women online. But if you go out in the world, you see plenty of guys who are not over 6 feet walking around, not only holding a woman's hand, pushing their babies along, which means a woman had a baby with them. And trust me, that's very important. Very, very important. All right? But improve it. That's very important. This is something that you have to do. Because that's how a lot of men lose out. And yeah, you have more, and I'm getting into more this week that you need to do. But if you want to get them, if you want to win in that first 3 seconds, you got to make sure your appearance is right, all right? So that's all I have for right now, and I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.